Hi, my Mercurial mercenaries. Welcome for another first-time playthrough of an album. It's already swelteringly hot in here, so it doesn't bode well for me. But I think that King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard are a band that kind of deserve to be listened to in a hot, sticky, sweaty environment. And so far, I'm still just listening. I haven't yet basked in everything that the band have got to offer on YouTube and from various other means. I'm still just listening to slabs of plastic, and therefore I've still only listened to 3. I think I've listened to the trilogy of, I've listened to I'm in Your Mind Fuzz, I've listened to Nonigan Infinity, and I've listened to Murder of the Universe. All quite frantic albums, and I've really enjoyed them, to the point where I could probably say right now that the Gizzard are probably my favourite current band. But they would be, because I'm basked in them, I'm enduring them. And due to your recommendations, for better or for worse, I am now about to listen to Flying Microtonal Banana. And what you asked me, and what I ask you is, Flying Microtonal Banana going to be like? It's hard to... Oh, blimey. I've done that again. I've got to stop doing that. It's hard to sort of fill your voice with Flying Microtonal Banana. It's hard to say "buh." Okay, first things first. I haven't had a sneak listen. I haven't streamed it. I haven't done anything. So this is it. This is where it could all go wrong. Scratches to vinyl. No, it's all good. It's gone good. I'm sweating already, my mercenaries. I do apologise. I'll be drenched by the end of it. It must be, like I said before, it must be 100 degrees in here. Oh, yes. It's not gatefold! Flying Microtonal Banana. This is another album released this year by King Gizzard. I think this one was released, and then they released Murder of the Universe. I think they're planning to release 4 or 5 albums this year. This was the first album they released this year. I've heard you guys tell me that this was recorded using specially made instruments. There seems to be, I can see here, a spiel on the back. So let's read the Steven Spielberg. Skip forwards if you just want to hear the music. Here we go, my mercenaries. Just have a sip of coffee. I can feel the sweat running down my face already. Oh, doesn't he sweat?
Hey, doesn't he sweat?
Nothing is sacred in our Western music. Over hundreds of years, our music de-evolved to feature less emphasis on rhythm and more attention to harmonic imperfection. Our ancestors endeavoured to create a system based on perfect fifths, yet we end up with a series of severely out-of-tune thirds and wonky harmonies. Wonky harmonies. Roald Dahl was going to write a book about wonky harmonies. He ended up just writing it about chocolate. Bach composed in something closer to just intonation. Modern pianos are tuned sharp at the top and flat at the bottom. True. Violinists instinctually bow perfect harmonies and orchestral arrangements. Barbershop quartets instinctually sing perfect harmonic thirds and sevenths. They are right in capital letters, big. We are wrong. Trust your instincts. This is like a speech. Imagine me on the steps outside the Abe Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. We continually dumb down the rhythmic complexity in favour of harmonic entanglement. Harmonies that are out of tune. Nothing is sacred! Exclamation mark! And neither is this album. 24 tet, everybody. Wronger than wrong. The Gizzard Lizard are already proclaiming this album is wronger than wrong, stronger than strong, tougher than tough. I've seen microtonal instruments. They're a weird breed. In our music, the music that I've tended to create albums with, we use the octave. We use A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And not every culture uses that. Some of the Eastern cultures have notes between the notes, and I think this is what we're getting at here. The Lizard are going to be using notes between the notes. Shall we see? Oh, not see, here. What notes between the notes sound like. Oh, what we got here? I've got my my download card, and here we go, my mercenaries. What do we get inside the album? This is the first time I'm seeing it too. Woo! We have the lyrics. Flying Microtonal Banana. Explorations into microtonal tuning. Volume 1. Volume 1 suggests they might make a Volume 2, doesn't it? So we've got songs. Rattlesnake, Melting, Open Water, Sleep Drifter, Billabong Valley. Something to do with surfing? I don't know. Anoxia, Doom City, and Nuclear Fusion. Nuclear Fusion. Very strange album cover. I'm not sure I'm sold yet on King Gizzard album covers, but I don't know. They've got something about them, haven't they? They've got something about them. Here we go. What colour's the vinyl, my mercenaries? Moment of truth. It's black. It's black. Side A and side B. Although side B also says side A and side B on it. Bit strange. Cat hair already. Oh, hot and bothered already. I don't know what to expect from this, my mercenaries. What's the difference between frenetic, ultra weird double drumming band and a band that are now going to experiment with microtonal tunings? Who knows? Let's delve into the world of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard flying microtonal banana. I said I'd have a towel, Barry White style. This is side A. Yes, side A. Oh, I like albums that start with wind, not gastral. I found the fan! I found the fan. Rattlesnake! I can hear what he's singing. Rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Yeah, I'm liking this. Rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Ow! Oh yeah. It still sounds quite frenetic so far. I'm liking it so far. I know we're only like 20 seconds in. It's like when a waiter comes to ask you, "Excuse me, sir, how's your meal?" And you say, "I haven't fucking started it yet, mate. Let me put a bit of your steak in my mouth." Rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Join me for a coffee for 45 minutes. I would have put a roll there. Sounds quite conventional so far. I can hear. Rattlesnake, rattlesnake, ow! Rattlesnake, rattlesnake, rattlesnake. Oh God, I feel like I want to sing Rogolski. No, Rosetsky. Greg Rosetsky. Remember him? Rosetsky, 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 Rosetsky. He was a tennis player. Claimed he was British. Had a Canadian accent. Rosetsky, 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 Greg Rosetsky, Rosetsky. For a while he was our best tennis player. Luckily Andy Murray came along. Oh, like I said before, I like sense of all being together in a cave. That sort of 60s, 70s influence. Everyone wanted to have wind and rain effects in the 60s and 70s, whether it was Sabbath or the Doors. After my attack, crying like a baby child in exile. I like that. Is that like a little children's toy? Or maybe that's it. Is that a microtonal harmonica? Probably is. Can you have a microtonal harmonica? Probably. Microtonal bagpipes. Yes. I was worried this album might not be so, you know, bits of this, bah. Good. Just tipped coffee down my shirt. Why not? The King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard would expect nothing less than coffee down your shirt. I appreciate them trying to be different. I think that's the main thing I've said all along with this band. I appreciate them trying to sound different. I appreciate people trying to make the effort. It's what I try to do with my own music. Even if you fail. Even if you fail. I like this song. Screaming like a maniac after my attack, crying like a baby child. In exile. There's me going. In exile. I always want to get a bit more, you know what I mean? So, is he singing microtonally as well? I suppose he must be. Never really thought about that. Microtonal instruments. That's what the whole Indian thing's about, isn't it? You have proper Indian music. I was hoping it would have a bit of this. Rattlesnake. Gotta say, kicking off the album, Rattlesnake definitely gets that. Christ. Yes. Bit of fucking prog rock Moby Dick. Yeah, I'm embarrassing myself doing air drums, I know. Is that wanker who's on the internet doing air drums? Looks like a cock. This makes me want to do that. Can we entice a king cobra out of the basket, my mercenaries? I'm still hearing the doors. How the bloody hell am I going to decide on a favourite King Gizzard album at this rate? This is called Melting. It still sounds a little bit like a sixth form band playing out of tune in a school rehearsal room, but that's the point of microtonal tuning. To the Western ear, it sounds wrong. And what did they say? Wronger than wrong. Whiter than white, stronger than strong, tougher than tough. Yeah. Still got that Riders on the Storm bass line going on. If you're the kind of person who enjoys a bit of kind of blue, Miles Davis, John Coltrane. Yes. Boom, boom, boom. Oh yes. In some ways, I prefer this sort of drumming. My mercenaries. Does this band ever play live with just the one drummer, or do they always play with two? To me, they sound like a band that is all about the drumming. I've said that on every album I think I've listened to so far, that they sound like a band that is all about the drumming. And that's a bit strange with a band. I mean, on this album you'd say it's got to be about the melodies. That's no point. It's not microtonal drums. Are the drums microtonal? You do tune drums. Ride that ride, baby. Boom, boom, boom. It's superfluous if we can't keep our hands to ourselves. Down our home and our playground won't be children when the world has melted down. Melting. Bum, 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 bum. I'm glad in some respects that this sounds more normal than I thought it was going to sound. Not that it's kind of going against what I've just said. I want it to sound different, and yet I want it to sound normal. Won't be fit for children when our world. Won't be fit for children when our world has melted down. Melting, 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 melting. Melting, 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 melting. They're still doing that, aren't they? I like that. We're still doing this. We're still got that prog rocky thing of... Holy shit, I thought you guys... Well, maybe you didn't say it, but I just assumed this would be less hectic, this album. The drums sound even more monstrous than on the other albums I've listened to. It's got that kind of Glyn Johns miking technique on the drums, doesn't it? Stick one on the bass drum and two above the kit. Just record it. What you get is a less defined drum sound. You don't get that kind of sharp, intricate hits like you get with modern music. You just get a big, massive, booming wash. But if you want to sound early 70s, this is the way to do it. If any of you know out there, because you will, how did they mic the drum kit for this? Did they use the Glyn Johns technique? Holy shit. We need a semi-clad woman in here now. I'm imagining, I don't know what you're imagining, but I'm imagining a gold brassiere, very similar to Princess Leia in Return of the Jedi. Yes, I like that. I like that. It's definitely, this is supposed to be like a flute, not a pipe. I was in a band once with this fantastic drummer who probably could have played a good approximation of this, to be fair. Microtonal bagpipes. And I encouraged him as much as he could to just shout and express himself while he was playing the drums. Woohoo! And especially on the transitions between verses and chorus. Yeah! And we were recording in the studio one day, and the producer was listening to the track, just the drum track, and he was saying, what the hell's going on? And I said, I'm encouraging the drummer to shout and scream. And he's saying, what are you doing? It's being picked up on the drum mics. You can't get rid of it. And I said, I don't want to get rid of it. It's just, it's real chaos. It's real emotion. It's real. It's just real. Ow! If you can hear the sweat in the room, and I love microphone bleed when you're stuck with a sound. Holy shit! Listen to that. Wow. This might be my favourite Gizzard song yet. What is this? What the hell is this? Open Water. On my head, the Kraken's got the best of me this time. I know something's lurking in the depths of the murky water. Nah, got went too fast then. Listen to that. 70s funk, wow. I love microphone bleed when you're stuck with a sound. It used to happen all the time in the early days of bands like Led Zeppelin. Listen to Led Zeppelin 1, there's microphone bleed and tape bleed, analog tape bleed all over it. You're listening to a song that's quite beautiful, and in the background you've got Robert Plant wailing, and it's actually from a different song, but it just bleeds. It's like, bleed for me! Bleed for me, Long Beach! Bleed for me! Oh, I've been told. Gamma knife. Holy shit! Listen to that driving drum beat. That's magnificent. I expected to listen to this album and tell you that Nonagon Infinity was still probably the best one. I'm not sure, my mercenaries. I'm not sure. Apologies. I'm sweating like a trooper again. You know I like drums. Yeah, I'm looking like a silly wanker, but I suppose you lot just listen to it just sitting silent. Just listening to my little earbuds while I sit at the bus stop. Yes! Holy shit! That's the end of side A already. Just gonna turn it over. Join me for side B. I was genuinely worried I wouldn't have enough to say, having spoken about 3 Gizzard albums already. However, this one is so far blowing me away. Let's listen to side B, starting with, I just see on the record a song called Sleep Drifter. Slowly drifting in your arms, I'm quietly dreaming. Whoa. Yeah. To a modern ear, it sounds out of tune, doesn't it? Not a modern ear, a Western ear. It's a favorite state to be. I can see you next to me, and it is lovely. Yeah. You could mistake this for being out of tune, can you? Definitely. Wronger than wrong. Tougher than tough. I'll need to take a look at this band playing this music live. I'll need to take a look at these microtonal instruments. I've seen microtonal guitars. Oh, he's carrying on. They're in the studio going, how long should we keep this one for? Hit it! Boom. There was a moment like that on Aerosmith's The Making of Pump documentary. I think it was Janie's Got a Gun. On the Runaway section. Just hold something longer than people would expect you to. There's also a Nick Drake song where he keeps the rolling lyrics of the verse going on for longer than you expect. And there's something about doing things for longer than people expect you to. Repetition, especially with comedy. Keep repeating the joke. The more you repeat the joke, the funnier it gets, to a point. They should have had that on the album, that belch. Would have been perfect. Dan! 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 Partridge reference there. Don't worry about it. It's hotter than the sun in here again. Another Partridge reference. And that's always powerful. Having a bass just hitting on the quarter notes. Then to the eighths. Even with microtonal tuning, there's something still powerful about just having the standard 4/4 drum beat. I love their drum fills. Is that the bongos? I think it is. Or was that a zawah? Ow! Yes. Oh. Are we getting into a little bit of a albatross here? No, we're not. Where is that semi-clad belly dancer when you want one? The only thing that worries me a little bit here is how close some of this music resembles bagpipes. And I am not a fan of bagpipes. Comping on the piano like that. What's this? This must be Billabong Valley. God, that sounds 60s, doesn't it? Oh, it sounds like a school band just playing out of tune. Gruesomely, burning tents to the ground. Cops won't want them. The most wanted men, but strangers raining in. This is probably the slowest we've been with the Gizzard so far on our personal journey on Mercenaries. singing sounds different on this one. What's this? Track 5, Billabong Valley. Aha! Vocals on track 5. Vocals on track 5 were Ambrose Kenny Smith. I knew it! God, this is just... Imagine Robert Plant with a cucumber down his pants. That, just for a minute there, that sounded really 70s, not even prog rock. This sounded like 70s balls rock, you know what I mean? But it doesn't now, as soon as the singing started. Double time. I like that. Stop drinking a little. Which one was my favourite song so far? Open Water, wasn't it? I'm liking it. They made an issue about how we've lost rhythms in the quest to come up with beautiful melodies. But this band is definitely all about this band is definitely all about that. I think side A had the edge so far, but I'm prepared to have my opinion shifted. Anoxia. God, this sounds like Henry Rollins, The End of Silence. This doesn't. This sounds like a straight 60s rock. I noticed in the majority of the rhythmical elements, the rhythm guitars all sound relatively standard. It's more when these solos come in that you hear that microtonal effect. I like. That sounds actually quite hardcore. You know the score. With mad. Is that mad harmonica? This bit sounds a bit like the final song on this one. This sounds a little bit like Road Train. That kind of driving rhythm. It's like this band, like I'd be. They can't help but a drum fill at the end of every 4 bars. There's a few ways of playing it with bands. The Beatles very much had the drum beat just as the backbeat, just basically keeping time. Not that I'd ever criticise Ringo, because I think Ringo's one of the greatest drummers of all time, just in his own way, in the way that he needed to be. This band could not have a Ringo-style drummer. Although, saying that, listen to Ringo's drumming on A Day in the Life. It has elements of this to it. So I'm probably doing Ringo a disservice. Probably the reason I'm finding all these fills so totally and utterly mental is that I keep forgetting there's 2 drummers. And that's quite a big deal. They slowed the tape down on the vocals there, haven't they, my mercenaries? I knew a bass riff was coming though. Doom City. The kill switch time. Shit, I missed Doom City. That's why I was looking so blank there for a while. I'm reading through Doom City thinking, this isn't the lyrics. This is nuclear fusion. Apologies, my mercenaries. I must have missed it while I was talking shit about Ringo Starr. In the pattern, fit tightly like a dovetail. If you're making furniture, just feels like a club in here again. I'm sweating my arse off. Yeah, these albums cost something. It's like the price of entrance to the bloody... We paid 27 quid the other day to watch bloody Spider-Man Homecoming. And once I had popcorn and stuff on top, bloody 50 quid for an hour and a half. So, this is cheaper. Yeah, I'm having 45 minutes of entertainment. I'm making of the music what I want to make of it. I'm choosing. I have moments where I'm just streaming like anyone else, streaming all my nice music and just listening to it. Oh, I can listen to it. And then I have other moments, especially with vinyl, because you have to listen. You can't just have it on as background. You've got to turn it over and listen. And when I do this, I treat it like an experience, like I'm at a gig. Why not? I paid for it. Are they bagpipes? I know it's the theme of the album, this noise, but I'm not sure. No drums. I'm drumming away. George Harrison would like this. Maybe there's a bit of that, the Beatles vibe, back when they were messing around with the Maharishi Yogi bear. And Ringo was just along for the ride. And the wind rolls back, my mercenaries. Riders on the storm, bum, dum, dum, dum. Riders on the storm. Bum. So there you go, my mercenaries. That's the first time. Whew. Like I say, it's about 100 degrees in here. Hotter than the sun. And the surface of the sun, I always think, is surprisingly cool. 10,000 degrees centigrade. You can imagine it's going to be warmer than that. So that was my mercenaries. King Gizzard and the Wizard. Lizard Wizard! Microtonal. Flying! Microtonal banana. And my first impression, I kind of liked it in a way more than the title suggested I would. And if anything, I would say side A of this album might be the best thing I've heard yet by the Lizard Wizard. As an album in totality, perhaps not as good as these. But side A, it's right up there. And I want to thank you guys again for giving me recommendations. I know it seems a little bit odd that I think a few of you are thinking, why is he throwing all this money out there, getting all this vinyl? Well, like I say, I'm throwing a bit of money out there and I'm having my own little private experience. Yeah, it's a bit self-indulgent, but if you can't indulge yourself sometimes, who can you indulge? Do you know what I mean? And you can choose to listen to music in your way. I choose to listen to it in mine. Yeah! Kind of embarrassing myself, aren't I? Letting you see my first impressions. But anyway, hopefully you were along for the ride. And that's another dose of King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. I've got to say, what an exciting band. I've probably said it 3 times now already, but what an exciting band. What a truly exciting band. Thank you, my Mercurial mercenaries. Until next time, eh? Over and